I thought, in honor of Cedar Point's 150th anniversary, why not rank every single roller coaster that is currently operating at Cedar Point? I've done previous rankings in the past, but never have I ranked each and every roller coaster within a singular park. During my last visit to Cedar Point, I was able to cross off every single credit that Cedar Point has to offer, and yes, that even includes the kiddie coaster. So let's get to the list. Number 17, Woodstock Express. Starting all the way at the bottom is Woodstock Express. This junior coaster built by Vekoma has been operating since 1999. It serves as a nice transition from the other kiddie coaster before working up to something a little more intense. Number 16, Wilderness Run. This is the kiddie coaster in the park. This one was built by Intamin Amusement Rides and has been thrilling the younger ones since 1979. This roller coaster has a maximum height limit, which means unless you're riding with a child, you have to pick up a special pass in order to obtain this credit. If that doesn't embarrass you, I believe you can grab that pass in the museum. Wilderness Run is ranked above Woodstock Express because I found it to be a little more intense. The breaks at the end are actually pretty forceful, so be prepared. Number 15, Corkscrew. The first roller coaster to feature 3 inversions. Corkscrew is an aerodynamics classic that opened in 1976. I am not a fan of this roller coaster as it's the only roller coaster that guarantees me a headache every time I visit the park. Now, this ride does have some redeeming value with that airtime hill. It's just unfortunate how uncomfortable the over-the-shoulder restraints are for me on any aero looping coaster. Number 14, Blue Streak. Some might be a little upset that I have Blue Streak ranked this low, but I find this coaster to be lacking in the thrill department. Built by Philadelphia Toboggan Company, Blue Streak is the oldest operating coaster in the park with its opening year of 1964. The coaster is a typical out-and-back layout and mimics many other wooden coasters. I didn't experience much airtime during my last ride, which was a disappointment. Honestly, I would rather ride the other Blue Streak located at Conneaut Lake Park. Number 13, Cedar Creek Mine Ride. Opening in 1969, this family mine train coaster by Aerodynamics may not be the most exciting roller coaster in the park, but serves as a nice escape from the other massive coasters towering over the midway. I'm looking forward to this being another fun roller coaster for my daughter and I to enjoy during our next trip to Cedar Point. Number 12, Iron Dragon. The suspended coaster model built by Aerodynamics is becoming a thing of the past. There are only 5 of these roller coasters still in operation. Built in 1987, Iron Dragon is the oldest suspended coaster that you can ride today. This roller coaster doesn't deliver much in the thrill department on the first half of the ride. It's just a bunch of easygoing turns. The real fun doesn't begin until the final helix, but by then it's starting to wrap up. Number 11, Wicked Twister. The suspended impulse coaster by Intamin Amusement Rides is a simple but exciting concept. Launch your riders up 2 vertical spikes while delivering some strong G-forces along the way. Opening in 2002, Wicked Twister is currently the tallest impulse coaster in the world at 215 feet. Unlike the other models, which feature 1 vertical spike and 1 twisting spike, Wicked Twister has 2 twisted spikes. The thrill factor for this coaster might suggest I'm underrating it, but I disagree. I think this roller coaster feels more like a flat ride than an actual roller coaster, mostly because of the ride's simple layout. Number 10, Gemini. Gemini is another mine train style coaster by Aerodynamics. However, instead of your simple family-friendly version, Gemini is a full-blown thrill machine delivering on some fun airtime moments. At its opening in 1978, Gemini was actually the tallest roller coaster in the world at the time. Of course, it comes nowhere near that record today, but it still has a few tricks up its sleeve. The racing aspect of Gemini is what makes this a fun, re-rideable attraction. Unfortunately, just like Cedar Creek Mine Ride, Gemini suffers from some janky transitions, which can make for some unenjoyable moments. Overall, Gemini is still a fun coaster, though I have a hunch that this coaster might be nearing the end of its life. Number 9, Raptor. Get ready for a fight because Raptor is coming in at my number 9 slot. Built by the legendary Bolliger and Mabillard, Raptor was the tallest, fastest, and longest inverted roller coaster when it was originally built. Opening in 1994, Raptor featured 6 inversions, which was also another record for the inverted coasters. Now, before you start roasting me in the comments for ranking this coaster so low, let me explain. Raptor has a decent layout full of exciting snappy transitions and inversions. The final helix also delivers some of the strongest forces I've ever experienced on an invert. The reason why this coaster is not ranked any higher is because of one thing: the restraints. For some reason, maybe it's because I'm 6 feet 3 inches, the restraints on this thing are just not comfortable for me. I don't have a problem on any other invert except for Raptor. The strap is either really loose, making me feel like I could fly right out at any moment, or it gets clamped down super tight, especially near the end of the ride, making it a challenge to breathe. So when you find yourself sitting on the brake run, strapped in super tight, making it hard to take a deep breath is a little unnerving. If Cedar Point could fix this issue, I'd be more apt to ride Raptor more often. Number 8. Magnum XL-200. I have a love-hate relationship with Magnum. During certain trips to Cedar Point, I leave with Magnum being one of my favorite coasters, but other times, it leaves me with bruises. I know that some consider this to be one of the best roller coasters at Cedar Point, but I'm just not there with them. Yet another roller coaster built by Aerodynamics, Magnum was the tallest continuous circuit coaster in the world when it opened back in 1989. This ride features a bunch of fun airtime moments, especially during the section when you're returning back to the station. Unfortunately, these exciting airtime moments can also be painful depending on which row you are riding in, thus my ranking. Number 7. Rougarou. How dare I? Not only do I have Raptor and Magnum ranked so low, I have Rougarou ranked above them. Yes, I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a fan of Rougarou. Call me a GP, that's fine. I find this coaster to be fun, forceful, and re-rideable. Sure, it can have some nasty rattles, but that mostly depends on where you sit. Built in 1996 by B&M, Rougarou, which was originally Mantis, a stand-up coaster, was converted to a floorless roller coaster back in 2015. Number 6. Valravn. I think I've been vocal enough in the past to say that Valravn isn't the best dive coaster out there. We all know that the vest restraints inhibit airtime, yada yada yada. Anyways, it's still a decent ride that has an amazing and intimidating first drop. The hang time during the 0G roll is also another highlight of the ride. Opening in 2016, built by B&M, Valravn was Cedar Point's 5th roller coaster to break 200 feet, which is an amazing accomplishment. This coaster is the reason why I consider Cedar Point to be the Manhattan skyline of theme parks. Number 5. GateKeeper. Originally, I wasn't a huge fan of GateKeeper, but with every trip I make to Cedar Point, this roller coaster has really begun to grow on me. It has an intimidating first drop, especially if you are riding in the front row as you slowly rotate upside down 170 feet in the air. Opening in 2013, GateKeeper is a wing coaster by B&M, and just like basically every other Cedar Point coaster, it was the tallest, fastest, and longest coaster of its type when it opened. The interaction that this coaster delivers with the front gate is enough to get any visitor pumped up before even stepping foot into the park. Unfortunately, a flaw with all wing coasters is that they can develop a rattle dependent on weight distribution, thus delivering some unpleasant rides. Overall, I think this roller coaster delivers more than it disappoints, considering you know what to expect out of GateKeeper. Each side of the train also delivers a different experience, so make sure to check them both out. Number 4. Millennium Force, the original Giga Coaster. Opening in 2000, Millennium Force marked the beginning of a new era for roller coasters. Built by Intamin Amusement Rides, Millennium Force was the tallest and fastest continuous circuit coaster on the planet when it opened. Breaking the 300-foot mark was a huge undertaking. This roller coaster focuses more on high speeds and crazy overbanked turns, but still delivers a few moments of airtime. For the most part, especially if you are riding up front, Millennium Force can be a fun, smooth ride. Unfortunately, during my last ride, I felt like the coaster was riding down a gravel road. But overall, Millennium Force is still a great coaster that I love to ride during every trip to the point. Number 3. Top Thrill Dragster. If you thought 300 feet was achievement, try 400 feet. Top Thrill Dragster shattered any record that came before it with its staggering 420-foot height and 120 mph speed. Another amazing coaster built by Intamin Amusement Rides, this roller coaster opened in 2003, is the centerpiece attraction at Cedar Point. In a recent video, I discussed what is like strapping into this insane yet short roller coaster. A downside of Top Thrill is its reliability. The coaster breaks down or features some sort of downtime every single day. I couldn't tell you how many times I stood in line only to be delayed 20 minutes or 30 minutes here or there because the ride broke down or there was a weather-related closure. Top Thrill is very finicky with the weather. Number 2. Maverick. Some consider Maverick to be overrated, but I wholeheartedly disagree. Maverick is a powerhouse from the beginning to end. I love every minute of this roller coaster. Built by Intamin Amusement Rides, Maverick opened in 2007, paving the way for wild, out-of-control roller coasters. There was nothing else quite like it when it opened. In fact, the original layout was too extreme, forcing some modifications to be done to track before it could even open. The theming is also one of the best at Cedar Point, as it's engaging enough to pull you into the world of this wild stallion. Personally, I don't think you would have RMCs like we do today if we first didn't have a roller coaster like Maverick. Number 1. Steel Vengeance. Speaking of RMCs, not only is my favorite roller coaster at Cedar Point, it's my favorite roller coaster in the world. Steel Vengeance is the king of all roller coasters, delivering some of the best and the most airtime you can experience on a roller coaster. Opening in 2018, Rocky Mountain Construction created their roller coaster masterpiece with Steel Vengeance. It features over 25 seconds of airtime, 4 inversions, and a 90-degree 200-foot first drop. There's lots to love about Steel Vengeance. From the moment that this roller coaster opens every single day, the ride queue is full, which if you ask me is the true testament to how great a roller coaster is. Well, that was my ranking of all the roller coasters at Cedar Point. Did I get the rankings right, or are you fuming over it in the corner? Let me know in the comments below. As always, please subscribe so you don't miss out on more great content coming your way by Extreme Thrills.